and welcome to another episode. This time we're starting off inside the mansion once again, inside the library where we ended off last episode. I still like it here. It has grown on me since I built it, and I really find it to look pretty nice in here, as I said before. But we're not going to contemplate old times. I need to go forward with all of the other stuff. And I decided to go for the last room because we have the library, we have the nether portal room here, we have the furnace array here, and then we have the last room, which I probably showed you last time. And I didn't have an idea yet or at that time for what I wanted in here, but now I have, and I have a design as well. We're going to have a sort of combination room inside of here where I've started or thought of building a potion maker, but that build doesn't take that much space. I actually could have fitted inside of just this sort of alcove corner here, but I decided to expand it a little bit and then use the rest of the room. And what I want to use in the rest of the room are an actual sort of display case. And what I mean by that is that I'm going to show you guys, because I have a data pack on this world that comes from VanillaTweaks, links in the description if you want to. And that data pack is, where is it? I have that one, and then I can collect heads from all sorts of different mobs and animals. So as you can see inside of these ones, I have all sorts of different heads from different mobs that I killed. Some mobs are more easy to get heads from and some are not. And of course we also have some, for example, with the skeleton skulls, they are the same and so forth. But yeah, I have a lot of heads, as you can see, and I want to sort of display them, or at least one of each I want to display. So up in the room, up there on the third floor, I decided to go for having a potion maker, and then the rest of the walls and units inside of the room I could use for having heads that I could display sort of thingy, so we can see how many heads I have, but also what kinds I don't have, and maybe try and go for having a head of each type of mob that we can kill and get a head from. So yeah, we're going to transform all of this a little bit. We're going to keep a little bit of the old stuff. So for example, we're going to use the skull blocks again and have those as decorations, but I also need to strip out the floor and I need to start building up some walls. So we'll see each other once I've started building a little bit of the first templates. Okay, so right now I've started on the floor design, of course, as you can see, and we also started a little bit on the walls just to get a bit of a feeling for the room right now. I have purposely waited on putting in walls right now because I finished off the potion maker and I just want to show how it works really quick before I actually cover everything up, in case you haven't watched my previous episodes. So what this potion maker is doing is that we have all of these buttons here. The buttons are connected to droppers on the back side here, and of course the droppers are going to shoot out an item, in this case potion items, and then it's going to be taken with this water stream up here, up there, and go around and get gathered into, if I can show you, it gets drops off on that ledge there and then drops into one hopper that's over here, and that hopper leads into the brewing stand that we have over here. And I just realized that we need one of those inside there. Luckily I already tested the machine, so it works. So yeah, right now we have all of these levers and stuff and also everything like that. So in theory we're going to have this barrel filled with water-filled water bottles, of course, and then it's just for me to fill up the brewing stand, and we have the levers here to sort of allow the the water bottles to go through this hopper here, so I'm sort of closing it off and on with this lever here, and then this lever allows us to control this hopper. So we are right now it's locked, so it can't put items from the brewing stand, for example water bottles or potions, before they are actually ready. And then when everything is ready, I can push this one, and that didn't do anything. Yeah, because I have this as well. I need to fix that. I need to change that up. So yeah, and the potions gets pushed into this barrel, but right now we need them to be inside of here, so I'm just going to put them there. And with our experimental here, I just put in 3 ingredients just to show you guys, because the nifty thing about this is that we push these buttons here. We push it for the nether wart, we push it for the powered or blaze powder and the redstone. And then if we take a look in here, we have the nether wart, then we have the blaze powder, and we have the redstone. So it works very well, and with that we can just leave the potion there for it to brew into a finished product, and then when we come back, or if we just wait, maybe do something else instead, we get a finished potion that we can either put if we want to mass produce, we just put this or put this lever and put everything down, and then we take this lever and fill in everything else, and just continue on and press more buttons. And of course I have 15 of the droppers here. There are not 15 ingredients in so that you can use in potions, but I decided to forgo some of the ingredients. So for example, a turtle helmet, I think it's for the potion of the turtle master. I've forgo that one because I'm never going to use that potion, I think, and if I need to use that, I can brew it myself at that time, or just do it manually. And I think I also did take away the spider eye, or it was another potion ingredient that I found that I'm never going to use that potion, or I'm going to use very, very, very little of it. So I decided to go for the more common potion ingredients that are used in more potions, or the ones that I'm going to be using the most. Right now this is just a temporary setup with this, so we're going to put in all of the ingredients in all of the stuff, and then we're going to start cover up the whole thing, because right now it looks a little bit bad. I just want to talk a little bit about the walls though, because as you can see we have a little bit of quartz going on here. I've decided to build with this quartz block that I've forgotten, and I just pressed the wrong button, so sorry about that. We need to push that one. Yeah, it's called quartz bricks, and I really like it actually as this sort of foundation block. We're going to use more quartz, and mostly quartz pillars, to accent the whole thing and give it a little bit of a framework, and also use some lights, and that's of course we have sea lanterns in the floor here, so we lit up the rest of the room. But then I'm also going to put in the walls and some shelves units for the heads. So yeah, we're going to continue on with the project right now, and we'll see each other once some more progress has been done. So with some time and a couple of blocks later, we are finished, almost at least. I have yet actually put in most of my heads. Instead I've gone for just putting in some of the heads, so you guys can get a little bit of a feeling for how the place looks. But like always, I'm really liking the design. I think I love a new block palette where we have the sculpt blocks, the dark and a little bit eerie feeling, and then we have this very pristine white quartz blocks that I really like to combine here. And then we have a little bit of dividers with the iron trapdoors. So I really like it actually. And as you can see, I've started on some sort of head display here. We have one that's going to be a villager section where we have villager heads. I don't have many of those, and maybe that's okay or not. I don't know what you guys think. But yeah, we have some of them over here. And then I also started on the sort of exotic, maybe more rare heads. Maybe not the dragon heads though, because you can get a lot of them from the flying ships in the end. But then we have withers, and we have some enderman skulls. And why I have two of those and two different ones ones is because I've had the resource pack or the data pack that I use have changed up the design for the Enderman heads to one of these ones. So it's on 2 different versions that I've gotten the heads, and then these ones are there, so that's why they look a little bit different. And then we have 2 with the skull heads down here. So yeah, I'm going to continue on with the head collection, and we're going to have, I think we're going to have the sort of hostile mobs and the more friendly mobs on this side, or maybe it's opposite sides or something like that. We'll see what happens. And I'm going to start that, and just a second or something, I'm going to show you guys with some editing magic. With that, we are finished. The heads are in place and the room is finished for right now, at least. I still have a little bit of some dark spots and everything inside of here, but I still feel like we have come a long way today in getting the heads on display, and also to get the potion brewing finished. So one of the reasons for me not just having the head display, because that was the first thing I wanted in here, well, I need function in each and every one of the rooms. They can't be just pretty, because then I don't use them. So we have potions going on in here. It works very fine, might I add. And then now we have all of the heads that I have collected so far. I still feel like I need to go out and actually kill more mobs where I can get heads from. For example, I need a pig, and I think maybe some other more of the non-hostile mobs, but yeah, I've tried to come up with sort of some thematics for it. So for example, we have farm animals here, we have aquatic ones on this side of this shelf, and then we have all of the horse heads here. Maybe there are more horse heads. I think they are. I don't think there are only 4 types of horses, so maybe we need to move over the aquatic one a little bit to make place for horses. But yeah, they look very, very similar. They only have different sort of coloring. So yeah, if you look at them like this, they look really, really funny, I think. And then we have sort of other non-hostile mobs. We have polar bears up there, and then bats and rabbit. And rabbits I know are more, so these ones are going to get filled up as well. And on this shelf here we have the hostile mobs, and I also went with some sort of thematic as far as I could. Some of them are really hard to do. So on this lower part here we have a pillager and sort of a raid related heads. So we have the witch, and then we have all sort of different pillagers, evokers, and vindicators, the last one is. So we have a very, very similar here, but I think that you can see that they have different eye color. That's the one thing, and maybe a little bit more darker coloring on one of them after one other, or if it's just the eyes that do that. I don't know if one of which is which, but yeah, we have different heads for them. And then we have ravagers. Up here I did put aquatic mobs to begin with, and then I did have the slime one and I didn't know where to put that, so I put it there. And then we have the 3 flying mobs that I have collected on the hostile side. We have Ghast, Phantoms, and Vexes. And then on the upper part here we have the Nether and the end related ones. And we have Piglins and Hoglins. And then I have Endermite and the Shulker one. So yeah, we have a lot of heads already, and I think I'm going to collect more of them. We'll see. Maybe I even try and get my own head in the future. I think that's possible if you shoot yourself or something like that. We'll see. And with that, I need to end the episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, consider leaving a like, maybe leave a comment on the episode and tell me what you liked about it, or if you're wondering something. Otherwise, I hope that you subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. We'll see each other. Goodbye.